I received these mud flaps from this company here. This is the part number for my truck, which is a 2022 F150, which still should fit the 2021. You know, it was sent to me to do a review on it. Installation was, man, it was pretty easy. You know, it's not hard at all. I mean, if you have someone who's holding the camera for you, it'd go a little bit faster. With me, I had to stop and go, so it seemed like it took a little bit longer. But the installation is pretty nice. Only thing about it is that after installing it, it won't really work on my truck, simply because of my vehicle is lifted, and that the radius won't allow the vehicle to turn, you know. But after all, it looks pretty nice. The things we look at right here, I mean, everything came on pretty good. Right here, pretty easy. Hold on, let me try to turn this thing off. Yeah, installation was pretty easy. It comes with this flap here. All you do is fold this back in and take this little clip and come here, put your little fastener right here. Being that the truck was lifted, that a lot of pieces had to be cut, you know, in order for my tire to turn without a problem. So therefore, as you can see, this is not going to work for my application. You know, in order for that to think, I'd have to cut all this off. As you can see, I made a mark on it. I'd have to cut all this off. I don't know if you can see this line I drew right here. I'd have to cut all this off in order for the tire to go through without a problem. But and it's not going to work. I wish I could have driven it for like a day or so, because right now we have like a little weather every now and then. Lately we're having a lot of rain, so I'd be able to do a good review on it, but I'm unable to. By the time I drive off, I'm going to destroy this thing. I could tell. I already know it, you know. So, but installation was easy. I think it probably took about 5 minutes. You know, pull this other piece off. One screw here, another screw that went down here. But like I said, I don't have that piece because that was cut off. You got 2 clips here, and that's it. You know, in the back, same thing pretty much. Right here, right here, right here, right there. And you got a bracket that goes from, I don't know if you can see it. I'd be doing that on the video, sorry about that. This one bracket here that comes from the back of the flap and tightens right here, and all the hardware comes with it. So it's nothing hard. You need I call it stubby screwdriver, Phillips tip, a ratchet, and number 7mm and a 10mm. That's all you need. I'd say pretty much, you know, about like both sides, no more than about 15 minutes for both sides, 30 minutes. Let's just say, you know, 45 minutes you could be done with the whole truck. But then again, I'm unable to drive with it, you know. This is how it looks. Doesn't look bad at all. But the back is not the problem. It's more the front. And like I said, it wouldn't make sense to come here and cut all this off and have this little, what, 3 inches of flap showing right there. I think that'll look kind of silly. So sad to say, you know, I wish I could have did that, you know, more of a review as to how it looks. Now the other thing is on mine, I had this one piece here, right, which I had to take off just to mount this thing up. But what I'd have to do to put this back on, I'd have to drill a second hole right here, because this flap comes with 2 holes, one here and one there. So I'd have to, you know, line this up, drill a hole in order to put this back on. I'm not gonna lift my truck like that for sure, you know, but I was just mounting up to see how it looked, and I was gonna give it a run, but I can't. And like I said, I know, you know, first few turns, probably the first turn, I got like, what, a 10-degree turn right now. I'm into the flap. But it's not, this company is pretty good. I mean, as what they offer, you know what I mean? And everything is labeled. And the thing about it is, like I say, you know, sometimes we never look at, we you know, I'm not saying every man is like that, but most of us, and some women too probably, would just take this thing and try to put it together, and then after we can't figure it out, we go back and we read. We all do that. A lot of us does that. Put it that way, not all, a lot of us do. Anyways, this one was a little bulge here, like that. Those are the fronts, you know. That'll go into the piece that got cut off by mine. It's a little slot there that'll give it support. And those are the fronts, and the washers, everything else that comes with it. Easy thing. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about it, I wish these were black in color, you know, because till you put this up, you know, you see this little silver pieces on there, which doesn't, you know, you don't want that a person watching, you know, it catches your eyes. You know, if it was just black like this other one right here, you know, that would have been fine. But everything has its reason for it. But it's like anything else, you know, we do something and then we try to get better at it afterwards. So yeah, it's too bad I could not do anything else on that. But without a lift, someone that's just regular vehicle, regular F-150, it'll fit just fine without a problem. But being that mine is lifted, that's what I run into. So if you're willing to go ahead and cut that off, you know, to make it work, then that's fine. Like I said, I'd be cutting off about, I wish you could, this sun is in the way a little bit. I'd be cutting off like all this right here. So I just have about 3 inches, you'd say. 1, 2, about 3 inches, you know. It's not really gonna look too good. So, you know, that's nothing I could do about that. So for now, that's the review on this right here. And this is the company. You know, if you have to look it up, there's a part number right there. You know, Alphi's preparation and shipping. Oh man, they does a great job. They had this in the box, right? And they had it inside of another box that had insulation around it. And even though it was plastic, you know, most people like, you know, it'd be fine in one box, but these guys went over and above, which is, you know, speaks a lot. I don't know about any other product that they sell, but I know as far as this one that I received, you know, the boxing was great. You know, can't ask for nothing better. But this is what you'll be looking for. Your part number, that's them. What else information do I have? I don't have any other information about them, but other than that, that's all I got.